What's up, and welcome to episode number 138 of the Unknown Games Podcast, a show where we talk about video games and all things that we love in terms of fast food, food in general, life here in Japan, because we both live here in Japan. And my name is Adrian, aka NinjaTrixta, and as always, joined by the co-host, the one with the new haircut, looking spiffy, if anyone says that anymore, Alex.
What's up, Max?
Hitting me with a blast from the past. Yep, it happens. Every once in a while, you just get that deadpan Alex. Just, what's up, Alex? Maybe I'll just call that cool Alex. That's what cool people do. Cool people, like, they don't say as much, right? Like, everything is just in the tone and then how they say it. And that's like, you get the mood. You know it. Like, they said it right then.
For real.
That's how you know people are cool, and that's how I know I'm rolling with the cool kids. We're going to be talking about some Alien Isolation. I just finished playing that, which leads us also into Hyenas, which is the new game from Creative Assembly, the same studio that did Alien Isolation, which is kind of strange because it's a multiplayer game, and was not expecting this to be their next thing. And of course, before we get into the show, thanks so much for listening to everyone, for subscribing. If you have not subbed to the YouTube channel, go ahead. Look us up, Unknown Games Podcast. And if you're watching us right now live on YouTube, thanks for watching. Or if you're watching the VOD or whatever, we appreciate all forms of support.
Yeah.
We do. We do. Same thing for iTunes and all that stuff. So tell your friends if they're looking for a video game podcast, or just looking for two handsome guys to look at on screen or hear through their ears. Does that sound weirder? That sounds strange, right?
Yeah, don't say that.
Don't hear us through your ears. Hear us. Well, they have to hear us through something.
Bone conduction.
If we go down the bone conduction thing.
Don't hear us, feel us in your bones.
Oh, that's even stranger. That's an even stranger thing. Worked it in there. Anyways. Yeah, man. Where can they find you? Let's go ahead and get these promos out the way. Where can they find you if they're not watching this right now and they're just listening?
Well, you mean if you are watching right now, you can definitely see more of my stuff over at Twitch. I stream on Twitch like twice a week. It's twitch.tv/root24. Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. JST. So we typically just play stuff like video games usually.
Stranger in Paradise is going on. You also did.
I still need to finish it.
Canada Day. Yo, Happy Canada Day. It's over, but.
Oh, that's why that was like on Friday. But yeah, Happy Canada Day.
It was. I watched. What was it? Fireworks Simulator.
It was Fireworks Mania, is what that game is called.
It was honestly, I never laughed that much in a stream because it was. Just
it's a fun game. Yeah, the dev actually came by when I was streaming, and I got to chat with him. Yeah. But that was cool. But I mean, there's two ways to play that game. You can either like take it extremely seriously and like try to like make a legitimate fireworks show, right?
Yeah.
Or you can just dump a buttload of fireworks in the middle of a city and explode
like I
them
witnessed. A freaking war zone. Was a war zone. The frame rate like literally at 7 FPS.
Yeah, I got it to get to like 2 actually. I got to get down to 2 FPS. My stream, or the game rather, froze for like a full on 5 seconds at one point.
It was glorious. I'm just saying I enjoyed it. Thank you Canada, and thank you Fireworks.
Thank you, Canada,
and then you can
I thought maybe that you might want to like stream it for 4th of July actually, but
well, you know us Americans and the 4th of July, we just like to barbecue and really set off fireworks. We do.
Okay. Yeah.
We do. I remember, I will tell you, one year I did set off. I don't know, me and my friend thought it would just be really cool. We had a bonfire and we just chucked a bunch of fireworks into the bonfire at one time.
That seems extremely dangerous.
It was so dangerous because they shot off in every direction. One went past my ear. I just literally, I just ducked and covered at the end of it.
How old were you at this time?
We were probably like 13 or something like that. You know that
Oh,
mischievous age, you know. We're
sure,
ready.
that makes sense. It'd be fun. You're like, yeah, I was 21. Like, oh my
I
god.
was 21, ready to just hurt
Yeah,
myself at that point.
yeah,
So, yeah, that was it. And I mean, we do celebrate with fireworks usually at stadiums, and I mean, we can shoot off fireworks in our backyard. If you're in the countryside, it's a little bit more okay.
yeah. If you're in the city,
Don't, don't.
don't. I mean, people do. I assume people do still, right?
People probably do. I mean, you can. I think there's a limit to what kind of fireworks you can shoot off, but for the most part, they don't even allow like, and even in my neighborhood, bottle rockets. Like that's just like a, 'cause, you know, people have to go and pick them up, you know, in their
So
yard, and
it's just like sparklers and that kind of stuff.
sparklers, and there's those ones you throw on the ground, you know, that pop.
Like cherry bombs.
I guess that's what they are. Yeah, you just like throw them on the ground, little white little, like gunpowder packets, basically.
Yeah, and they just like pop. Yeah, we have those in Canada too. Yeah.
I used to love those as a kid. Those were the jams. You don't see those in Japan, but if you did,
So Japan is weird, cause like you can just go almost anywhere and get fireworks,
you can. You
and
can.
and you're allowed to just set them off in a park. God forbid.
Guys, small
So
parks. Put them. Have yourself some beverages and
set
send
up
them off in the
fireworks.
park.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. We're gonna move
Not like the
on.
huge.
Well, oh goodness.
That'd be incredible, but man, yeah.
I didn't know what happened for a second. But yeah, you can also find me at NinjaTrix, NinjaTrix on Twitch. Currently, just finished up Alien Isolation, and I moved on to Cuphead. Playing some Cuphead. Bought the DLC, so going through that for the first time, as well as finishing up Ni no Kuni. Fun times all around. But I gotta say, because you've played Alien Isolation, and we're gonna kind of like make the transition to Alien Isolation to their new game. I don't like. So I saw you play Alien Isolation first, and
Yeah.
in bits and pieces, and I was like, okay, this game is it's nice. You know, I know it's an older game. It's what 2015, 13, 15. It's older than you
It's not.
expect it to be.
It's not 13, I believe, right? That's too old.
That feels like it's too old, right?
2014. So you're close.
It's crazy, right? Like, and it
Yeah.
holds up really, really well, based, you know, with the filters on and everything like that. But I played it in VR for a little bit, and then I played it in just normal for, I'd say, like a fifth of it in VR, and the rest of that in non VR.
So you didn't take it to the end. You just
No,
played.
this game, it made me kind of nauseous playing in VR because of
Okay.
some of the sequences, and it's a mod, so some things just aren't as smooth as I want them to be. But if you can play it in VR for a little bit, I definitely encourage you to. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not an official mode, right?
Right. It's through Mother
Um,
VR. Yeah,
Yeah, they try to like someone tried to shoehorn it in, basically.
they did a darn good job. But I mean, I think I've played ever since streaming. I've played a lot more horror or suspense like games, and this game, I don't know how many times it got you jumping. I played on hard, but it got me jumping. I have a bunch of jump scares in this. Sometimes
Yeah.
from the aliens, but sometimes from the darn synthetics walking
The fucking
around.
robots. Yeah, the
Fucking
robots were way more scary. To me, the alien wasn't like that scary, honestly.
Yeah,
But those stupid robots, man, like they were the worst. They were for sure the scariest.
they did not take any prisoners, and you couldn't kill them on hard. Like hard, you could not kill them for anything. And I guess that's the thing with the aliens, is that they are the xenomorphs. You know, you can kind of manipulate them a little bit. You can kind of fudge some of their vision, which is kind of fun to do. But I don't know. I ended up, like I said, I enjoyed this game much more than I thought I would. Much more than I thought that I would enjoy a game where I'm literally fixing things in first person for the most part.
Have you ever played BioShock actually?
No, that's actually that's what I'm actually going to play later on this year. BioShock and Cult of the Lamb. Breaking two of my rules on stream.
If you like this gameplay, like if you like the mechanics of it and the gameplay loop of it, you're probably gonna really like BioShock actually.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it when it first came out, and then I bought the collection, and then I think
And then it's free. It's free on Epic Games.
Then it was on free on Epic, and I'm like, you know what, bump it. And it's on PC. Let's go. Let's do it. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, it's if you really liked how you were like the way you had to unlock new areas and the way that you had to like clear an area and then go to the next area, and you had to take the train to get to the next area, and you like had to, yeah, exactly, like fix things. Oh, I have to get in this room. How do I get in this room? That kind of thing. Like that kind of gameplay mindset. Like that's BioShock basically, man. So
which I would say sometimes was a little bit annoying in Alien Isolation. Like towards the end of the game, some areas. There's one area specifically where you're kind of in the ship trying to figure out where to go. I guess that's most games, but sometimes if you don't find the right vent or just you can't put the pieces together on the map, you know what I mean? It's like I was stuck in this area that's on screen right here for like a whole hour. I couldn't figure it out.
I can understand that. I mean, the biggest difference between BioShock and Alien Isolation is that in BioShock you have like guns, multiple guns. Like you're meant to have combat. Alien Isolation is like you have to do the thing without dying, kind of thing, right?
Right.
But BioShock is like you have to clear a room of bad guys first and then do the thing. So yeah,
which it's a little bit more combat oriented.
Yeah.
And then there are some cases where towards the end of the game there are more combat focused sections, but
yeah, once you get the flamethrower, once you have like the gun, yeah, you can start to.
My favorite weapon. I mean, did you use a lot of the other things like noisemakers or smoke bombs? I never use a smoke bomb. I actually don't know what it looks like.
I used the noisemaker a couple times to get the alien to like not bother me. You just chuck that in, like you leave. So I used the noisemaker a couple times. Yeah. The smoke bomb, I do recall using it a few times just to cover my tracks as I would go down a hall. But yeah.
Yeah. So. It's there are some things there, but overall, like I said, I enjoyed the game, and if you are looking to, I assume Epic will probably have it again for free.
It was on sale at least twice, and by sale I mean free. Sorry.
By free, yeah. It's been free at least twice. That's actually how I got it. But even if you can't get it on Epic, if you don't want to wait and test your luck to see if it comes back around, go ahead and pick it up. It's
on sale like right now as of
on Steam
recording this. Yeah,
on Steam. Yeah, the Steam summer sale. It's still going on to the 8th, I believe. So you should be able to. You hear this in time. Go ahead and just grab it. It's a great game, and it's got good DLC. Like I am really tempted to play the DLC. Not tempted. I'm going to play at least 2 of the DLC. I think it's like maybe 2 out of 5. But they do have like little stories, tidbits in them, and they're just really nice. Like I feel like they just did a really good job crafting this game. And I'm singing praises for a game that was made in 2014.
Yeah, which at this point is 8 years ago.
Which is crazy. Goodness gracious. But yes, that leads us from this game and completely different experience. This is a kind of horror. What would you call it? Horror. Survival horror. There we go.
I guess it's survival horror.
Is it survival horror? It feels
you're
like
trying to survive. Yeah, they're trying to survive, aren't you?
You're trying to survive.
Yeah.
Limited resources.
Sure.
A little bit of suspense. The music is great too. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I can't wait for a Dead Space type thing. Anyways, so we go from that game and we go to this game called Hyenas, which is their newest game that they'll be coming out with. Now this is apparently they've been working on this for 4 years. I don't know if did you see any of this before?
Nope. No.
It's a trip. So Sega had teased this IP, or they had teased that they're coming out with a brand new IP. I know Ed had wrote to me like, "Oh man, what do you think it could be? Like, what do you think they're going to bring something back, or like, it's new? What is this?" And it turned out to be not a battle royale, but a what's currently now in style, PvEVP type style game.
Okay.
It's a mouthful every time I say it.
Right. Is that how big are the teams?
So the teams, it's going to be 15 players split up into 5 teams of 3? There we go. Objective of the game is to basically do heist. So you're looting from.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, you're looting from the rich, as they said. Billionaires have colonized Mars and have left Earth in terms of just shambles, unlivable. And yeah, you're here to play Robin Hood essentially. They did say, you can see a little bit in the trailers, that there is like a Sega merch, like Sonic in there. They did specifically say that you will be picking up or stealing classic Sega characters or merchandise.
Okay, sure.
Sony Walkmans. They're like, you might even steal your first album that you ever bought. Like, they're trying to put as much pop culture goods into this game from the real world into this for fan service, for whatever reason. And then, of course, the gameplay is going to break down into 3 different classes, is what they're saying, with, you know, kind of an assault class, a support class, and then a, what was it, support? Mobility. There we go. Espionage kind
class?
Of mobility.
Okay.
Yeah, I have let me bring it up actually what they are what they're called, because they actually did detail a little bit more about the game, which was interesting. And there is no release date for this yet, so you know, we just kind of take it as we have. But yeah, there's exploit characters who are hackers and support characters, and then there's also the engage characters who are more action focused, and then there's the engage, evade, and exploit. There we go. Just put those back into order. You're reading it backwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So engage for action, and then exploit for the kind of stealth characters, and then you have your hackers support for exploits.
Well, when is this out?
They don't have a release date on this. There is going to be a beta,
or
like
an alpha test.
An alpha test that's going to happen.
Yeah, not even a beta test.
So it's still early. I assume maybe next year.
I mean, probably, unless you're Square and you're going to put another game this year. But
freaking Square putting games out. I mean, this is definitely a trend. You know, they're inspired by. They said they're inspired by Fortnite, Warzone, but didn't want to do anything in the battle royale space. But we have Exoprimal coming from Capcom. Like, are these games that you think you're interested in? Like, you would maybe like to try out, or are you still thinking that like maybe a battle royale is more for you?
I mean, it really depends on a couple of factors. But for me, like, the number one thing that makes a game fun to play is, I mean, if it has guns, it has to be the gunplay. Mm-hmm. So I played a little bit of Warzone, and I played a little bit of Fortnite, and I played a lot of Apex. And I keep coming back to Apex just because the gunplay feels the best to me.
Right.
Like, the mobility and how guns handle and how fights typically feel is the best to me. Warzone, for some reason, I just do not enjoy gunfights in Warzone. They just don't seem fun at all. Yeah. So I don't play it. And then Fortnite's
interesting. Like I I've played more Fortnite in the past couple months than ever. And I'm not gonna say like I log on to Fortnite every day or anything, but yeah, the way that the weapons handle, it is very different. The way the bullet drop is handled from snipers, and like it gets, you know, it takes a while to get used to. And even then, I'm like, I just don't like the way it feels, you know? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's something about the moment to moment of the game where Fortnite's map is huge. It's just very big, right? And mm-hmm. There's so many things you can do. Like, why am I fishing? Like, I'll ask myself, why am I fishing? But you can fish. You can get a bulldozer and just drive it around and blow up buildings, and you know, all you know, not affecting the game acceptably, you know. But yeah, these kind of PvP, but also mixing in AI, which this is also going to have. So you're not just going to be looting or kind of like, you know, breaking into things that are unarmed. You know, there's going to be guards, and you have to defeat them by also trying to potentially, if you run into other players, defeat the players. I don't know. I mean, I've played Destiny, and Destiny doesn't have that aspect in terms of the players also trying to kill you. Well, never mind. Gambit. There are multiplayer modes like that, but they're kind of chaotic. It was kind of chaotic when I played Gambit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think PvPvE is a concept that's been explored a little bit. Like, I remember the what was it? The Resident Evil spin-off game, Raccoon City.
Was it Raccoon City or Outbreak on which?
No, Outbreak was on PS2.
Right.
I think it's called Raccoon City. Is that game even still?
That's the PS3 one?
Yeah. Operation Raccoon City, I think, was the one that was PvPvE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was like two different teams of players, but also just zombies were just around.
They were just just chilling, just chilling. But I mean, did it make any difference? Did you play? I might have
No, I
played
didn't.
like the
No, yeah,
beta.
no,
I'm
no,
not beta,
I
but
didn't.
the that was back when online was still kind of sketchy on PlayStation Network too.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the PC version on Steam right now and has mixed reviews overall, and then recent reviews is mostly positive. So I don't know what happened, but not a great game, I would say. Like
No,
it didn't review very well when it first came out. It has a 40 on Metacritic, so
it tried. It tried. I don't know.
yeah.
I was gonna ask, was Metal Gear Survive? Was that two teams against each other, or was that?
No, Survive was. I don't think there's competitive modes in Survive actually. There's co-op modes in Survive, but no. Metal Gear Survive is what Fortnite was supposed to be. Like,
Oh, the base building,
yeah, base building and
defending.
and resource taking and survival, wave survival, that kind of stuff. That was Metal Gear Survive, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, this game, like, there's not much to say about it because there's not a lot of information, of course. But it seems like they're trying to just blend a lot of different, styles together, keeping it kind of quick with Apex, and then maybe having some of those abilities from other hero shooters kind of mixed in there, and then also just being able to, like I said, play against other people while even if you get knocked out by the team, maybe you just take out some AI, knock them out, and have fun that way. The art style looks pretty cool. Definitely looks like it has a vibrant art style to it. So I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It does definitely have that like loud kind of colorful art style kind
I
of thing,
hope the
right?
game actually does look like this though. Like I'm
Yeah.
actually. Oh, continue.
So is it first person or third person?
It looks like it's gonna be third person.
Okay.
Looks like it's gonna be third person. They might have actually said on a website really quickly. Let me just double check. But yeah, they went from, well, it actually says it's a fast paced multiplayer FPS. So
Oh, I
yeah,
guess
first person.
that's your answer then. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go, first person. So PvE, the fun times. I didn't know they did Halo Wars too.
Did they do Halo Wars?
Apparently, according to this article, they did Halo Wars too. Was there a two?
Halo
There was a two. There was a one
Halo
and a two.
Wars 2, but not you're not saying Halo Wars, comma 2. You're saying Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, the number two. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yes, there was a 2. Yeah.
There was a two. I forgot about that. That and ODST, and man, I almost thought about
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
the
The Master
collection.
Chief Collection.
Yeah, because it's on. I mean, it's on sale on Steam right
It's
now, of
on
course, too.
Steam right now, and you get like all the games minus the new one, right?
There, yeah, minus the new one. They were saying something about they were trying to monetize some of the older games in some way.
Oh, really?
Is what I was saying, but you know how people are. Maybe it was true, maybe it wasn't. Hopefully
Uh-huh.
not. It's kind of weird if they were. I hope they're not trying to monetize those games.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to monetize, they can just do that with the new one. People, they are obviously, and I
Yeah,
think people don't like it, but it is weird from I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's a different topic, but I don't personally like it when they try to monetize remasters of old games because it's
hmm
supposed to be just like a remaster of an old game. Like, you don't,
I mean, it's just
they'll
supposed to be
put
kind of like celebrating that game and bringing it to where more
and
people can
bringing it
play it.
back, yeah, and
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
playable again. Like, don't put monetization in it if it didn't have it,
yeah.
So,
Don't add what
um,
wasn't there.
they did that with Call of Duty 4, when that was remastered.
hmm
It was like, yeah, it's just Call of Duty, it's Call of Duty, and then like they slowly started to put in like cosmetics and stuff in there, and like, oh man,
You're like, yeah,
yeah,
it's Call of Duty, all right.
yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
really modernized it, but yeah.
Oh, anyways, moving on to some more news really quickly. Something that you're probably more interested in. Sega is thinking about adapting some Atlas games, or just Atlas games in general, into some live action TV or movies. We know that they have Persona, Catherine, Shimagami. Gosh, they probably have more stuff.
Trauma Center.
That actually would be pretty hype. You know, I'm an ER fan, so I would be. Yep. I need to pick that game up. I need to go back on my DS.
Yeah, you do. So I'm gonna say, I would hate a live action Persona SMT, Catherine. I just feel like those games, why they work so well is because they're so anime in terms of like theme and presentation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they work really well for like being an anime or an anime looking game. It does feel like if it's live action, I don't know if it would translate very well. I don't know if the humor would translate very well. I don't know if like especially the humor, you know what I mean? And you probably know what I mean when you watch Japanese dramas. You know, there's always the comic relief in Japanese dramas, and it always falls short. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Some of them are a little bit, unfortunately, like because they have to overdo them sometimes, like compared to an anime type deal where those facial reactions don't translate.
It's so jarring. Like, this is a thing you'll see in a lot of Japanese dramas. It doesn't matter what kind of drama it is. It could be a romance. It could even be like a super serious crime mystery kind of drama, right?
Yeah.
But Japanese dramas have this common thing where they'll always try to do like some kind of comic relief, you know, some kind of gag, right?
Yeah.
And I personally think it just like doesn't fit. It's in live action. It doesn't sell very well in live action, right?
It's just because people don't act like that. I mean, there's no one who's
people that act like that. Like, it's super exaggerated. It's like anime style reactions, right? It's just super exaggerated kind of thing. Yeah. And I think so. The humor of there's a lot of humorous moments in Persona, you know, obviously, and there's lots of like anime tropes because it's just kind of what Persona is.
Yeah.
I don't think that charm would translate very well to live action, so I wouldn't want to see it personally.
I would say that out of a lot of these other video game properties, I think that Persona has a chance to or some of these do have a chance because they do deal with a little bit more of it's not so much sometimes about the crazier stuff that's happening around them, but it's more about the internal problems that they're facing, you know, as individuals in the situations they're dealing with.
Absolutely. Yeah,
so I feel like that works, but
it works. It works really well in anime. Like, they've made animes of 4 and 5 and movies of 3, and you know.
But it's when you get to the Persona part, like I don't. If they give it a budget, which I know they won't.
They won't. I
don't trust Japanese CG.
No, I think it'll be like way too hokey, man. Like, you played a little bit of 3, right?
3, yeah.
Yeah, if you look up, let's say Persona, you can do this after the podcast, but if you look up like Persona 5 Persona Awakening scenes or something, so when some of the all the main characters basically, when they awaken to their persona, it's like an anime cutscene, right, in the game.
Right.
And it looks incredibly like good in the game. Like, it's a super hype moment where like this main character is awakening to their persona and they get their powers, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if you watch that scene, just watch it once, and then like imagine that, but in live action. I just don't know. I don't trust Japanese production studios to do it well. You know what I mean?
I feel like we've had some. I want to say, gosh, I'm trying to think of some like decent ones because honestly, they do a lot of them, but none of them have any type of CG type element to them. You know what I mean? Death Note was the only one I can think of, the Japanese version that's been done actually different.
And that's like okay.
There's different versions of it.
And Death Note was like, at best, fine.
It was fine. Yeah. It depends on which version you might like of that because they did 3 different ways.
It's still hokey, and it's still hokey in a lot of places, but it's still fine. And Death Note in itself doesn't.
I could see Catherine being a late night Japanese drama. It would work. It would work because that's hokey enough to where it actually is. It's fine, you know.
Yeah. And I think like if in a vacuum of Japanese dramas, sure, if Catherine would be perfectly fine, it would probably be fine. But if we're trying to sell it to a Western audience, that's way tougher. It's way tougher.
It's tougher, yeah. And I could almost see this, like I said, this is kind of where it doesn't really work the way that it needs to work. I could see these being really good if they were actually aimed at children. Like
Yeah.
some of the yokai animations, not animation, but like CG they do here is actually good. Like it's actually on point. I saw at the theaters, there was a movie for the first time. I said, "Dang, that actually that's some good CG." That I thought like they did a good job. Honestly, a great job. And I'm like, okay, Japan, I see you finally
Wait,
caught up or something.
what movie was this?
I need to look it up, and I can show it to you. But it had me surprised. But it just feels like I don't feel like they could do it in a bigger scale, like human sized. They could do like little kid sized monsters, but when they get larger,
I
they get weirder. I don't know.
I
That's just my
think
opinion.
like my biggest concern isn't the quality of like CG or anything. I think Japan can do a good job of CG really, but like it's the direction. It's writing and direction. I think that's gonna like really undermine Persona in a sense or SMT. Like they work really well as animes, and it's been proven because like there already is a Persona 4 anime, there already is a Persona 5 anime, and it basically is retelling of the games, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But the it's so like hyperbolic. Like the villains are ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But they work in an anime because all anime villains are just super out there by default, right?
I mean, we still have some of the live action movies that's still like based off anime. I think part of it works, but there's probably a good portion of it that just, like you said, it just won't translate properly. Because
Yeah, I don't think it would sell well to an English
no,
audience, a
not to an
Western
English
audience.
audience, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they're just concerned about doing,
Like domestic stuff?
Yeah, just domestic stuff first, and then those like the Bleach live action movie.
Fuck.
That's a
Okay, that's a
property
prime
that
example. To me, that's a prime example. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I like Bleach, right?
yeah, yeah,
And I love like the first two arcs of Bleach, like up until Soul Society, right?
yeah.
And I think, well, this is a given, but Bleach works well as an anime. I mean, obviously, right? Bleach works well as an anime manga. Like it works well in that space, but the moment you put it in live action, it's super hokey, even if they're trying not to be.
Here's the bad part because I can't talk. I fell asleep on the movie, and I'm not a big Fukushi Sota fan. Like I didn't like the main actor they got for Ichigo.
I I watched this movie. I fucking watched it.
Part of it is okay. Part of it is okay. Like the first 10 minutes is okay. I was, but here's one. Like I said, that CG took me out of it. But what took me out, like right there. Okay, we have a scene. This is exactly what you're talking about. Maybe something like where Renji, if you're listening to the
Yeah,
podcast,
I just
go look at this video right now. When
because
they make their reactions, people don't do this. It doesn't work. And it's like either spend a bunch of money to make the costuming 100% authentic, or you get this.
but they
Like
tried. I'm
they
not
tried.
saying like
They did
they
try.
didn't.
They
Yeah,
did
I'm not
try.
saying they didn't try. They did try. And the CG obviously doesn't like it's not perfect. We know it's not perfect. You can tell it's not perfect, but you can tell they obviously tried to like do the best they could
They did. They honestly did.
to to recreate hollows in the 3Ds in like a live action environment, like in a live action kind of visual. What I'm trying to say, like live action hollows, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And when for the casting for Ichigo, they did that. You can tell they're like, oh, what if Ichigo was a real person? I can tell they tried. They tried very hard.
They did
Even
try.
Renji, and Renji looks really cool. He's a cool character in anime because he is a unique looking design. He's got a lot of his costume is very very interesting. He's got tattoos and everything. He's got a weird headband thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like the moment you take that design and you put that in live action, it's weird. It's fucking weird.
It's because people don't do
Right?
that.
It's weird. And it's like it just doesn't it just doesn't work, man.
It depends because we do have there's the one I still think to this day that's done it right, and it's because they don't have to deal with as much. Rurouni Kenshin still
Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin is like the one. And
gosh, it's amazing.
Did you see FMA the movies?
No, I never want to see that crap. I do not.
Okay.
I don't because I've seen trailers, I've seen bits and pieces, and it is actual. Like there are some things when you just want to say that looks bad. You want to give it a benefit of the doubt or something, but it's
yeah.
Ooh.
So here, I think like to me, like yeah, Bleach.
Here you go, right here. I'm pulling up on screen for anybody who sees this. It has the lowest high budget. I don't even know anymore.
This is what I'm talking about. Like you can tell they try. Like Al looks really good because he's just he's a suit of armor or whatever.
It looks
really
armor.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you take like any other character and you can see that they tried to be as authentic as possible to the original designs, and I think that's really really good. But like I said, like the moment you take that into a live action,
I'm telling you, man, some of it is like costuming. It's a little bit of everything, right?
Sure.
At least I will say at least with like Homeboy, legitimate, his clothes don't fit, and they should fit a little bit better. But Homeboy, literally, I can't tell if that's his actual beard or
if they actually put. Who are you talking about?
Fudge, Roy? This guy be.
Who's that guy? That's not Roy.
This isn't Roy. This is what's the dude? I'm forgetting this dude's name. That character, he's got a beard. That actor in real life doesn't usually wear beards. So like seeing him with a beard, I'm like, okay, is that actually? It looks kind of like stubble, but I don't know. It looked kind of fake to me.
I just don't think like it just feels really.
It's overacted. There we go. Can we just leave it at that? It becomes overacted.
I mean that's a problem with a lot of the Japanese anime live action adaptations. It's the acting is really unnatural.
Yeah,
and sure. I would agree. The costuming is not good. Like it's like really expensive cosplay. I think
it's expensive. It's expensive cosplay. Where in some cases the cosplayers might actually do it better. Probably do it better.
Yeah, sure. I think so too.
Yeah.
Overacting is like I don't know, man. Like just
you can see. I will say one thing though. The one thing that Persona has going for it is it's just in a freaking high school. For the most part.
Well, yeah.
If they did the base level of just go to a high school, sure,
that's
not
hard. Yeah, but the moment you have like Persona Awakenings and then you have demon summonings and that kind of stuff, like it's gonna get hokey. Yeah.
Someone find us a good example of a live action video game adaptation, specifically a Japanese done one, because the West we have a few decent ones. I mean, we got
I don't like we're not talking about like we're not talking about like the Resident Evil movies or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or or the Mortal Kombat movies or anything like that. But like I guess the Japanese video game adaptation or Japanese anime adaptation.
It'd be like if we tried to see a real life Xenosaga. Never.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Anyway, so I wouldn't trust them to make a good. I mean, to be clear, I would still watch it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We still watch it. And that's what they're banking on. They don't care about anything else. We would still watch it.
Yeah. I watched the Bleach movie, dude.
No. What's even worse was the Attack on Titan movie.
I actually didn't watch this one. I actually didn't watch this once.
Bro, you thought Bleach was bad? I'll never go there again. I'll never go there. Actually, you know what's worse? Maybe Terraformers was worse. That was just.
Oh, there's also a Gantz live action.
Gantz is good. Gantz is good.
Yeah.
Gantz, all three of them were. I think it's three of them. They're all good. They're all good. Okay. I actually don't like the animated versions.
You prefer the live action ones?
Yeah, they were good. I think they did a good job because they didn't have to do there's not a lot of CG in those movies. They have the suits. The suits are actually the suits. They were made.
Oh, they actually had the actress wear like the sexy.
Yeah, the actors
whatever
they're wearing their thing. They spend most of the time in the real world. When they go into the other world, it's still the real world. Keep in mind, the sphere thing is so simple to do in CG. It's a sphere. It's a black ball, so they didn't have to do much. And all the actual alien stuff, since it was at night, didn't get to, for whatever reason, it blended pretty nicely. I just thought they did a good job.
Oh, because it was like dark, I presume.
It's dark,
helped
yeah.
it. That helped it too, yeah.
It's dark, yeah. And a lot of the fighting is between them. So that's why it survived. It survived. Anyways, moving on. We're going to browse over some of these topics really quickly. Final Fantasy 16. Mr. Yoshida. One day. Maybe we'll meet him. Maybe we'll say
Yoshi
thanks, bro.
P. Yoshi P.
We'll give him a fist bump or something. Gave some more details on Final Fantasy 16. This was probably a little bit over a week ago, so it's a little bit old news at this point, but if you didn't know, saying that the game is not going to be open world. It's going to have open world elements, but for the most part, because of the story that they want to tell, and they want you to go from East Coast to West Coast of the world and travel a lot, it's not going to be something where, you're going to be traveling literally on the ground or in the air. So that's going to be nice to know. And then you are going to have party members. They are AI controlled, so you don't control them, but they are fighting alongside you for intensive purposes. He used the word companions, so just think of them as party combatants, companions that will just be kind of like chilling with you and give you some dialogue here and there, kind of banter with you, and then also do some fights. The one interesting thing I think that they were saying so much is that are these actually called icons?
Probably icons. Yeah.
Icons. So we saw in the last trailer that a lot of the summons, when they are fighting, these huge grandiose battles, and we didn't know how they're going to play out. He alluded to the fact that each of those battles is actually going to be a different type of mechanic, a different type of gameplay mechanic. So, for example, one of them you might fight like he said wrestling style. Another one you could do maybe like a 2D or 3D Street Fighter or Tekken type style. And then he said one of them could be like a straight up just 3D shoot 'em up. And
I hope one is like a rhythm game. That'd be fun.
And so what this got me thinking of was Nier Automata.
Yeah,
because that game is literally that to a perfect T.
Nier is both of them. Both Nier games are so good at, and even his other games like Drakengard. They do a super good job of like blending the genres. Like you have boss encounters that are unexpectedly different types. Like, oh, this is a shoot 'em up game, or now this is a weird kind of like a fighting game. Like the boss fights on a 2D plane.
Right.
And then there's actually a rhythm part in the Drakengard. I don't know. It's fun. That's fun. They always change they surprise you in that way. Yeah.
It's cool because, like you said, it does surprise you, and then it also, at the same time, will I don't know. It just keeps things interesting. Like when I because you don't expect it, and then when you get it and it's done right,
it's fun. Yeah,
it's fun.
It's cool.
It's great. So I think that was pretty much the news that he said for that. Yeah, and of course the game's got a mature rating. So.
Yeah, I'm glad because I think there's like sex in it. At least if you watch the last trailer, they're like, "Whoa, those guys are naked."
Yeah, there's some sex in there.
Yeah.
Or there's some people who were sleeping together, Clive and someone else. But I think it's just they said that they want to tackle some difficult adult themes. And they wanted to tell the story that they could tell. So that people
that is interesting though. I believe that's the first Final Fantasy game with a mature rating.
Yeah, it is the first.
Oh,
Final
I'm
Fantasy
not counting Stranger Paradise, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess we would say like mainline Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first one. I don't even people do die, but the way someone could die, or the effects of dealing with death, or even just any of these things, robbing, anything
Yeah, FF7 Remake is teen, isn't it?
Yes, it is teen.
Yeah.
It could have been mature, Jesse. Sorry.
What are you talking about? Could have been, hey, yo, you know what I mean, huh? Jesse?
All she was trying to give us some pizza, man.
Don't
I don't know what that was about.
Now the game's on PC. You can get that if you like.
My friend was like, bro, there's some mods out there. I was like, yeah, you get those mods, bro. All up to you, man. You enjoy those mods.
Yeah, that's the one reason to get on PC. Yeah.
And then kind of closing it out, we'll just kind of move through this. But I know we have some people who love or who stream here, and Twitch is trying to. This might be one of the best things they've done in a while, but they are testing a feature to allow you to, as this site says, channel surfing. No, it just reminds you of that.
Did you do that on YouTube?
I hate that YouTube puts it in your search history, not search history, but in your history.
YouTube does a good job of doing that because
it does a great job. Yeah,
I'm watching our stream right now, right?
Yeah.
And then on the right side, there's a bunch of other live channels. Actually,
they do a good job from the homepage as well.
Yeah.
You just when you hover. So what this feature is essentially when you go to a Twitch. Might as well just go to Twitch right now really quickly. Twitch don't go and go crazy. I'm not logged in. So when you go to Twitch and you go to browse and then you go to, let's just say we'll go to Fall Guys. It comes up with a bunch of different streams. And this thing that they're doing, it's in beta, so it's not on, everyone doesn't have it. But when you come to this screen, if you are to hover over one of these videos, or I believe it could be just clicking it, it
plays the stream.
It's gonna play the stream in the top.
Yeah, YouTube does that. YouTube does that right now.
Well, somebody's learning. Somebody's learning. Can we give Twitch a round of applause?
I'm doing it right now. I'm on YouTube.com and I'm hovering over a live thumbnail and it's playing the stream. Yeah.
My man's like, I'm already doing it. So they did put out a tweet that does
starting with a hands
that shows this. Wow, I didn't know it had dialogue in it, but this is gonna be releasing sometime this year. Like I said, here's an actual look at it. What the heck? What? There we go. Why Twitch? Come on, Twitch, get with it. This isn't Twitch. I give up, Twitch. You're literally giving me a Discord call, not Twitch. What the heck? Releasing this year, so they just detailed it. Okay, that's my fault. Oh, here it is. Wait, what? What the? Okay, you know what? I give up. It's somewhere on this stream.
Okay.
By 2 grades, but
it's somewhere on this stream. I thought I pulled it up, but anyways, it's nice though. It's nice to be more discoverable on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh. Here it is. I just scrolled too far past it. There we go. So you can. That's what it looks like. For the peoples.
Yeah, okay, I see.
That's nice.
I wonder if that'll help, yeah.
Hopefully it helps a little bit. I mean, it's better than nothing. But you know how Twitch is. You're still going from most to least or least to most sometimes. And so if you're, I don't know if it's going to feed you or what, but if anything, you can just keep scrolling. You can keep scrolling,
Yeah, YouTube does a really good job of like relevant content. Like they do a really good job of like, oh, you're watching this game, or you've been looking up a lot of this stuff. Because the thing that YouTube has, one of their biggest benefits is that it's kind of like Google, right?
Oh yeah.
And I've had this a lot of time where I was on Google. I was like looking up a product, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to YouTube, and then I get like a review for that product. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, that's
the most intrusive.
Kind of creepy, but yeah.
It's kind of like annoying. Especially, it depends on what if you're single, it's annoying because you just get the most. Here's another app, or you're like, I guess if you just, I don't know, you just play anime games, you just get anime apps. They know what they're doing.
You get ads for anime apps, games?
Yeah. Don't you?
On YouTube?
Doesn't everyone? It's like those
yeah. No, I get like actual like legit videos. Like I'll look up like a bag or something, and then I'll go back to YouTube and I get
and the bag will actually be there.
A video regarding that. Yeah, not an ad or anything, like a straight up video about that.
Oh dang. I don't think I've actually had that happen.
Yeah, like a product, like a thing. I'll Google a product, and then I'll get served up a video about that someone has made.
I've had ads served up, but I've never seen. Yeah, I've had ads served up, but I've never had the video served up.
Yeah, I get a bunch of the content, like a review of this, a review of this. So yeah, it's crazy.
They're aggressive. They want you to buy it, and eventually you will. That's how it works usually.
I mean, eventually maybe. I mean, like I'm looking up like a lot of like expensive stuff, so I can't just buy it all at once. But yeah.
Just think, you could clear your queue of ads.
I mean, it'll never end. I know. Yeah.
Your want,
and they're not like
your want
yeah.
will
These aren't
never
even
end.
ads per se. These are just like YouTube videos.
Oh man. But yeah, I guess closing it out, Stray, which is the cat game. I think there's the best way to put it. It's a cyberpunk-like cat game. Now becoming the most wanted game on Steam, surpassing the day before and Hollow Knight Silksong, which is saying a lot. People want to play this game because it has a cat.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say. We still haven't seen much of it. It's coming out this month. I think you said you'll probably pick it up, I guess, and play it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that expensive actually.
I think it's only like 30.
Yeah, it's like why not? It looks good, so.
It's I don't know. I'm not a cat person. I don't hate cats or anything. But I'm not in the fandom of it's a cat must pet in game.
Well, I mean, it
makes
looks like
better.
It looks like a fun survival game, so.
I like
it's got a cool aesthetic to it, yeah.
It's got a cool aesthetic. I agree. I definitely agree on that.
I mean,
point.
it's not even that much money, so I might as well just check it out.
You can do it. Fall Guys, of course, after free to play, 20 million players in 48 hours. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, that's going. I mean, I wonder if they can keep those numbers up if they won't be able to.
I can't imagine they will. Like I couldn't imagine they keep those numbers just continuously going. It's going to go down, of course, but I mean the game is still it's still healthy. I don't think it was ever actually in trouble. I think they always had a lot of people, right? Maybe I don't know the reasoning before to go free to play other than to get more people in, but it seems like it's doing well. I know people who play it. I don't know if you know anyone who still plays it.
I don't know anyone who plays it like a lot still. I know people that are like checking it out on and off, but I don't know anyone who's like just still playing it a lot. So like, I know like when it first launched, it had a really big boost because it was free for PlayStation Plus members. Yeah. So a lot of PlayStation people are just like, oh, we're all playing Fall Guys right now. It's free and it's fun. But then it kind of died off, right? People stopped talking about it. And I think like having it go free to play now gives it that kind of second wind. Kind of gets back into the like word of mouth, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like what I wish.
Yeah. I don't know if they can like keep it strong. Maybe they can. I don't know.
I wish fighting. I wish fighting games would go free to play. Please.
I mean, isn't DOA free to play?
Kind of, sort of, in a way. I think it is.
Yeah, you get like two
like
fighters. You get like 2 fighters per week or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like DNF Duel just came out, and it's like I would love to just play it, just like hop in, play it, then hop out, maybe pick it up again or something like that. Same with Strive. It's hard to justify a $50 purchase, and I don't stay in it all the time.
Whoa, it's like 65 CAD, but it looks good. DNF Duel, I mean.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. When I played the betas, like they were fun.
I mean, it's an Arxis game, so you know they're good at fighting games.
Yeah. Well, Arxis and Aiding. I don't know. It's Aiding developed it, so the guys who did MVC3.
Oh, the Arxis not developed
and Arxis published / did something else on it. I don't actually know the other part, but it's developed by Aiding. So
okay. Steam says it's developed by Arxis and Aiding, but published by Nexon.
I guess published by Nexon because Nexon is the
Nexon
rights
owns
owners.
DNF,
yeah. It'd be interesting to see. I love to see the breakdown of what all everyone did on that one. I think it's a nice game though.
Speaking of games, a breakdown. Are we ever gonna see
a game called Breakdown again? No.
Grand Blue Fantasy Relink?
No. Are we ever? Wait. They gave us a timeline. So we should check.
It got delayed again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It got delayed again?
I think it's like 2023 now.
What?
Yeah.
Grand Blue Fantasy
Relink.
Did they just huh? Oh wow.
Yep.
2023.
Yep.
Did they? So it's gonna be on PS5 now. What was it? Was it always on PS5?
I don't believe so, but not apparently when it was announced like a bajillion years ago. But yeah,
gonna be on PS5.
So PS5, PS4, and Steam. Yep.
Steam, yeah. That's cool. I wonder if they switched to Unreal 5 or if they switched engine. Like what, bro?
It has a pretty interesting because I know it was Platinum who was working on originally, and then they split. Side Games was like, we're not working on Platinum anymore, and they took over 100% of the development. So I think that caused a huge delay, and then presumably, well, I mean they had a couple delays since then, but I don't know how much work Platinum put to Relink before they split from the project. Probably just basic combat, I think, right?
But they did, like, from what we saw at the one time, was it last year or whatever? They gave us like that huge update, like with a legit, like, here's what's happening. The most detailed thing I've seen from a developer for a while.
And then they're just like, you know what? It's gonna be delayed again. That being said, game looks good.
Yeah, the games always look good. The games always look good.
I think I'll play it. It looks good.
Maybe they just want to make sure there's a bunch of content, and maybe, who knows, what if this game is actually transitioned to a live action service game?
I would hate that. I hate that.
Frickin' Babylon's following us right now.
No, I would hate that.
Because it's
terrible.
1 to 4, it's online, but we don't know much else. And if it makes sense for them to do that, though.
It says it's primarily a single player game, but it has online stuff.
That's what it was originally promised as.
You think they're gonna rework it this late in the game?
Depends on the systems they have. Like, if the combat is just there, maybe they're finding a way to put.
I mean, they already have a live service for Granblue Fantasy. It's called Granblue Fantasy.
It's called Granblue Fantasy, but maybe they just want you to play Granblue Fantasy, and this is like the 3D version of Granblue Fantasy.
I don't know if they would undermine actual Granblue. Is Granblue Fantasy, by the way, officially out in Western areas or no?
It is. I want to say it is.
Like Granblue Fantasy, like just the mobile game. Is it even available to play in Western?
For the
regions?
longest time, they only had it in. It was like a fan. Well, they had translations for it, but I want to say that they have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the game itself, Granblue Fantasy, is not out in any Western region.
The game is fully localized in English, so playing as for others. That said, there is a caveat since it actually hasn't been released in the West. You have to go through those hoops and get the menus in Japanese to sign up to actually get it started. So that's what it is. There's English translation, because I always remember there was English translation. So there's English translation fully localized in the game, but it's not fully.
But it's only in Japanese.
But it's only in the Japanese market. So if you are a foreign person in the Japanese market who wants to play it in English, you can. But if you are just
so funny that
so
like
weird, right?
there's already just Granblue Fantasy versus we're gonna get Relink, but God forbid you want to play the actual original smartphone game, you can't.
You can't experience the source material that started the artwork of every other mobile game now. Gosh.
How old is Granblue Fantasy? 2014. That's old as Alien Isolation.
Yeah. Before that, we had Monster Strike. Remember Monster Strike?
Do you remember Puzzles and Dragons?
And before that was Puzzle and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then somewhere in between there, we got the Fate Saga for Fate Grand Order.
That's still going strong, yeah.
Which became the new. I don't think we have anything to really replace that yet, like that style of game, right? In Japan,
like the card battler kind of thing.
The card, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for us today. If we want to close it out with one last thing, Bleach. I know you're a Bleach fan. We just said you were, right? The new anime. They put up a trailer for it at
I watched it.
1,000
It's
Year
got
War?
a weird style. It's got a weird style, man.
Wait, which part of it's weird?
It's hard to explain. The general tone of the trailer is weird.
I know, and I have to look at this. I looked at the trailer, but I've seen it, but I didn't think anything was weird about. Like, I didn't think anything felt off.
It's got a weird, like, hokey kind of like.
What do you think Bleach is?
No, what's it called? What's that style of theater called? Where it's like what Kill Bill was emulating.
A slasher? Wait, no, not slasher. Is Kill Bill just a parody film?
I mean, it's got a particular.
Oh,
type of...
wait. I remember because this video is not in my location. I know what you're talking about. They literally like they put on screen all of these generals, all the characters. It's not just all. It's every character that's going to be in this thing. They put them there. They start out slow, like they knew we can put all the characters here.
And the music choice was kind of weird too.
And then halfway through it, they realized we can't put all these characters and names in here at and let you actually read them. There's too many of them. So eventually it just looks like they're flashing character faces and screen and names on the screen, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if we saw the same trailer.
That was the trailer I just saw. I was just like,
the one that I saw was like a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes. And most of it was them flashing these cats' faces on the screen, like this guy.
Grindhouse Cinema.
Oh, for Kill Bill, Grindhouse Cinema.
Yeah, Kill Bill's Grindhouse Cinema.
I don't know.
It's got like a weird, like the trailer had a weird tone to it. Like it wasn't a typical anime trailer. It
was very
2 minutes of like, it was just like 2 minutes of like characters, and it did like
that's what I'm saying.
Like
they just had
and it did like the weird like slide, like freeze frame slide.
Yeah,
like it would show like
face,
that was the trailer. That was the trailer.
And they realized they had too many because it started out with like the people you knew, and it didn't. And they made sure you saw them, right?
Yeah,
it was like they stayed there.
It was like 3 seconds of animation, and then freeze frame, and then slide, and then the name, and then it was just like it was that for 2 minutes, and I was like, and then the music, I was like, why this track? Why did they do this track?
It was a trailer. It was a trailer. It wasn't bad. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, Bleach just looks nice.
It has a very particular art style to it. Yeah.
I'm trying to. I want to find it.
Has a very particular tone to it.
But I mean, this is how all of his chapters are. You know, it's how Tight does. Big letters written in freaking overlapping or
this thing,
sideways or something.
Yeah. This thing. This trailer. It's like 2 minutes long.
It is 2 minutes long. It's par on course. Like I said, the first part of that arc was really good.
I don't remember any of the early stuff looking like this. The manga, the manga, yeah, but not like the anime.
Oh yeah. Then there's this. Yeah, the Fierce Freeze Frame.
Yeah.
It starts out okay. It starts out like, hey, this is actually okay. We're doing intro. And then
and then this is it for the last 2 minutes. Like it's character freeze frame slide, slide.
I don't know if you read that last arc. It's long. These characters have a fight.
I'm
talking about the manga. The manga.
I got partway through. I didn't finish it.
It was like everyone had a fight of the week, and it kept going, and you didn't even care sometimes. That's just too much. That's why I'm wondering. The best part was old man turning up right here. That when it first started. Boy, I was like, oh man, Bleach got real. People about to start getting pinched. Nah. Here comes another fight. Here comes another fight.
Yeah. This trailer's weird.
Yeah, and it just does this forever. And then it gets faster. It gets faster because they're like, oh wait, there's too many characters. It just goes faster.
Yeah, like I don't understand the transitions. Like
yeah, it's getting faster, right?
Yeah, it is getting faster.
Then it just
but like how it like freezes on the frame and then it punches in and it punches out, and then it like slides. It's like keyframe slides to the corner and then like there's the name show up. Yeah.
I mean, I guess part of that is kind of Bleach though.
I mean, I remember the manga kind of being like this in terms of tone, but the anime not so much.
Well, Ichigo. Stop. Just stop. Ichigo, stop. Just be free. I'm curious as to how many during this one podcast alone. Well, when I go out and I see on the studio page, how many times will it say copyright violation?
Oh, from all the stuff you showed?
From all the stuff we showed today.
All the trailers? From
all the trailers. Is Sega going to get on to us? Is Viz going to get on to us? who all is getting on to us this time.
Yeah, well, you'll find out when the stream ends and it's been encoded.
And it's been encoded, and I'll say, okay, we're not making any money off of this, but go ahead, like we said, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel so that one day, hopefully, we can make a little bit of money from this and give you our passionate hearts.
What? No.
Okay. We will not give you our passionate hearts, but you will give us your passionate donations of money.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Where can they find you at on Twitch if they're not looking on stream?
It's twitch.tv/root24. Come hang out. We'll play some video games.
Yep. And you can find me at NinjaTrix, NinjaTrix, where we'll also play video games. And I guess I'll eventually get that spicy noodles from my co-host to eat.
Oh, yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, I'm going to Parker's. I was talking to a coworker. I'm like, let's go make a YouTube video. Let's go to Park. I just need hot boiling water, and then we can make yakisoba. We can eat it in the park or something.
Eat demonic food in the park.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And shoot fireworks where we're at it.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Great idea.
Shoot the fireworks. Have a beverage.
Start a fire.
Yeah. Name of the podcast this week. We will catch you all later next week for episode 139 of the Unknown Games podcast, where we will tell you if we were arrested or not.
Sure. Yeah.
Podcasting from Japanese jail.
Japanese jail. Yeah.
Which in drama is just like a white room.
Yeah.
A white room with a futon. Dang. Anyway,
Yep.
We'll catch you all later. Have a good week.
Peace.